looking down, we should be able to go to our player proxy actor and do like a set extra camera offset, or extra camera wanted offset, and then it could like do it itself, so you could be like, alright, well he's holding the up button, so look up, and it'll try to do what it can. So what would be a good name for it? So I guess it would be X and Z. Maybe we can just do X and Y, and basically that'll be screen space. Alright, so we're going to want like a F vector M wanted extra offset, F vector M current extra offset, float M extra offset timer. Alright, so let's go ahead and implement some of this. Alright, let's see, we want these these two functions implemented. Alright, and we'll want to vector 0 vector. Called to set the extra offset and called to reset the extra offset vector. Alright, I think it's the, like, calculate the determine camera direction offset. Yeah, it's like this code here that we need to copy paste. Alright, so what we want to do is this set up here basically if this is already what we're wanting, then we're just going to return. So if it's less than tiny float for the absolute values of these differences. Then we're going to return. Otherwise, we're setting this to this. And if this equals the 0 vector, then we're going to return. So basically the only time we reset extra offset time is when we actually have some change. So So what we want is the speed for the, this is going to be extra offset. Alright, so I think what we want to do is if the extra offset time is, yeah, we're going to want now. So if now minus m extra offset time is less than the offset move time, then we want our extra offset acceleration, like we're just going to set that to 0. That basically means like if you release the key, it's immediately going to stop moving the camera in the direction that you had it, and then it's going to tick up to 1, and then it's going to move back. Otherwise, we want the extra offset move acceleration to lerp towards 1. So the acceleration speed, so float extra offset acceleration speed equals like what, 1,000 or something, or just like 1? Alright, so we need the extra offset move speed. I guess we're going to set it to like 1, and basically we've got our correction vector, which is our wanted extra offset minus the current extra offset. Float, we want the magnitude, and that's going to be correction vector dot size, and then we're going to normalize the correction vector, and then basically the extra offset move speed needs to be multiplied by the acceleration. And then what we want to do is we're going to say correction vector times equals the extra offset move speed, I guess times dt. And then we need the extra offset, this will be the float correction speed, correction magnitude. And it's basically going to be if correction magnitude is greater than magnitude, greater than equal to magnitude. then we just set the current extra offset to the wanted extra offset and return. Otherwise, we say basically that the current extra offset plus equals the correction vector. So it's going to start off at 0 and it's going to go to 1. And so it's going to like start off slow and then boom. Well, this should be an else. Right here. Because basically it should not move until a certain amount of time, and then it should start moving. And it's going to move faster and faster until it reaches maximum velocity, and then it's going to hit. It's not going to arrive at like the up, it's going to go there quickly and then stop. And if you release the key, it's going to change the thing and it's going to stop moving immediately. So that's what I believe we want. Alright, and then we want the inside of the computing the final camera position. I guess we have the offset direction and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's right here. And it's going to look, current camera directional offset, it's going to be the current extra offset. Just like that. So let's give it a try. We haven't hooked up the buttons yet, but we can at least get this compiling. Now we might run into some issues where if we're looking up or looking down and our camera goes through the floor, our no, we'll be fine because our camera does not actually care where it is. But we might actually want like some sort of raycast test to make sure that the camera doesn't go like through the floor ridiculously, because be like, well, you can't look down, you know, low use terrain, so too bad. Okay, so that's working out there. We're gonna want, I guess it's gonna be on, like, I'd like to be able to do this in Blueprint. Is there a way to get the player proxy actor? I mean, there's get player proxy, which is a static function, so I guess I could just expose that. And then I should be able to call it from inside of, I should be able to call this static function from inside of our player blueprint and do things with it. Let's try it out. So we're finally actually be getting to some blueprint stuff, which is good. So let's go to gameplay, player object. Let's check it out. So we've got one-way platforms in there. What we're going to want is the up and down stuff. So we need a comment. We're going to look up, down. So we need a reroute node coming into this thing. And what are we going to do? We're going to call, is key down. Left stick down. And where are the other macros? Because we want up, down, left, and right. And we want basically like left stick left action and left stick right action. So fetch all this, and what we want to do with it is if only up is pressed, or only down is pressed. We need like a so we need an OR. Like, where the hell is just ore? Like, you'd think... There it is. So if any of these negated and yeah, so it's a not, and then we need an and. So left stick down is going to go here, and then we need all the rest of these guys to pin into these. So we need a branch here, which is going to be if this is true, and then if this is false, go down here. So we're going to run up here. Alright, so we're going to need get player proxy. The name of this thing is set the offset, set extra offset. If true, then we're holding up, so basically y is going to be like 0.25. Otherwise, we're going to here set down, so it'll be like negative 0.25. Otherwise, I'm going to call reset extra offset. And we need our reroute node. I had a whole bunch of random junk to get that to work, but there you go. It's basically if the only key being held is up or down, then we can actually set these extra offsets and all that, and then we can actually start using them. Alright, so I hold up, and I look up, and I let go, I hold down, and I let go. Alright. Well, that was quite simple. And I think I want it to arrive at that point a little bit better. Alright, so we want it to go from, I want our extra move speed to actually reduce. So if the magnitude is less than arrived distance, so we're going to actually multiply the extra offset move speed by, well, why don't we just set it like this? We're going to multiply this by, what is it, 1.0f minus it's going to be the arrived distance is what we're going to do. It's going to be what? The magnitude divided by the arrived distance. So it's going to start at 1 and it's going to go to 0, which is what we want. So it's going to be multiplied by just magnitude divided by. So kind of untuned and all that, but let's just see what it does. Basically, when we're within 10% of the screen, we're going to slow down our approach until it's nothing. I think I had some snapping stuff in there that was screwed up. So it's going to multiply. It should start at 0.1 divided by 0.1 and go to 0 to that. And yeah, that's all nice and smooth. So let's throw those values for our speeds and all that stuff out into data. So let's go to our data structures. Alright, so we're going to have, this is going to be look, and it's going to be, so and look, time until look, how long we wait until look. Let's see, we want the acceleration in there. Look, acceleration. How fast it starts moving. I want the look velocity. How fast it starts moving at max speed. How fast it moves at max speed. And then we want the look ease distance when we start easing into our destination. Alright, so we're going to have our arrive distance, our extra acceleration speed, and we'll have our float move speed. Alright, so if camera data does not equal null pointer, then min offset move time equals camera data time until look. Arrive distance is going to be the look ease distance, the move speed, and camera data, that. And we have our look acceleration, so it's going to be extra offset acceleration speed. And then we have to actually set all these things. Like 1F. These are all going to be 1.0F. So look velocity, look acceleration, and time until look. So let's compile that. Now that's all data driven and make sure it all works. Alright, totally works. Well, let's take a look at the camera data. So we have camera type, camera penetration, we've got the look values, everything looking good. Alright, cool. So there is one thing left, which is switching between camera modes smoothly, which things right now do smoothly transition between lots of different pieces. But they don't easily transition between on and off. I mean, it'd basically be like a transition from one camera to the other would compute both camera positions and then just like switch between them. You'd give it like a time. You'd say like transition to camera, and it would basically compute both, and then it would move you to the other camera over a set amount of time or something like that. Well, I think probably what I can do instead is just have it nicely interpolate between values for if you flip switches. Well, that's not really what we want. I mean, if we wanted anything, it would be like change to this camera. So we need like a set camera data method. Alright, so why don't we make one? So set camera data should be all the way down at the bottom. We'll just set it. So this will call this to set the camera data. So you can change the smoothness and everything else like that. We should probably also have like a get camera data. Yeah, we should. We should definitely. I wonder if we should clone the camera data in case we modify it somehow or something like that. Because these camera data objects are like global static objects. I think we probably do want to clone them. So let's try cloning them. Alright, so we should be able to get and set the camera data. Let's just boot it up and make sure the clones all work properly. Always with the compiling. So let's take a look at it. Got to take a break? Yeah, I think Adam will be streaming later, so have a good one, Karakan. I'm probably going to be done here shortly as well. I've been going for a while here. So I think we're good. That's all working. And I think I'll do the transitioning between other things. I think I can do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday? Yeah, we're making pretty good progress this week actually. Like we're at like 7. Yeah, so our velocity is at 1.75. We're doing fine this week. So I think I'm going to call it here. We've got quite a bit done today. Some interesting stuff. We started off with we fixed a whole bunch of random bugs, and then we fixed some camera stuff, and then we decided not to fix some other camera stuff, and then we ended up fixing lots of camera stuff. And we also fixed some server stuff, so that's always good. So I am going to call it here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good one.